Alright, so the update is finally finished on the board. All in all, it's about $1.80 for the upgrade, and that's including buying some new connectors for the board. Like most things, the second time around is a lot easier. I focused on this time was removing a lot of the excess clutter to make it more cleaner. That meant adjusting a lot of the patch cables I had made previously and made them cut to fit. Also accounting for the curve on top of the board for the wires. On the IEC cable, for the Helix, I didn't want to have that excess bundle underneath it, so what I did is I cut and removed a lot of the excess wires, re-spliced it, and also used heat shrink to properly seal the wires, and kind of focus on making everything more cleaner this time around. So I took some before and after shots, photos, as well as some talking points on videos that I wanted to point out for some of you guys. So let's take a look at those. Alright guys, so I got the Voodoo Power Supply ready to go. The IEC attachment for my board with the Deutsch connector has been installed. These are Voodoo power train brackets that I ordered specifically for this. However, I do not own a pedal train. So, making a little bit of modification with these little washers. And I got a ton of these from the TV wall mounting boxes that I have, and so they have a ton of pieces in there that I use over the years. And so what's going to happen is this is going to sit on the board just like this. So this is a beautiful sight. Went ahead and installed the power brick, and the reason why it's off to the left and not centered or on the right is because the Helix sits over here and I want to balance out the board properly. The brackets made this installation super easy, so I highly suggest purchasing them. The only difference is I went ahead and reused the manufacturer screws on this. Do not use the self-tapping screws in here. They go on the board. I replaced the screws with inch wood screws and then a black 1/2 inch spacer. That gave me the clearance underneath here by like maybe 2/16, but this guy is super secure. As far as ports go, I covered up a port for a power supply cable similar to this one. However, I already went ahead and thought about that and re-ran the cable ahead of time. The only thing at this point that I want to do is go ahead and connect all the ports, label the ports of what they are, and go ahead and start running the patch cables back into the holes and get the pedals back on the board. I just want to take a minute and talk about West Coast pedal boards. The owner is a phenomenal person, really easy to talk with. So about 2 years ago, and I'd mentioned this in prior videos, I'd contacted them about making a particular wire harness that has options for the future. And it's now been labeled as a modular wire connector. And so what's cool about this is that you have your indicator light, your switch, IEC, and then to connector, and these are called Deutsch connectors. They're waterproof, they're great electrical connectors. So I have two options. One option is connect this Deutsch connector to the harness to a multi-outlet. And at one point I knew I was going to upgrade the board and get a power brick. And so what I wanted him to do is not throw away this cable, but add another Deutsch connector. And so now I'm at the point where I can just disconnect this, connect the new wire, and it's now powering the brick. And so if you guys are looking for something to power the board and to kind of leave you with options back and forth if you make new boards and every now and then, this company is fantastic. Their customer service is awesome. They are not endorsing this video. I just really appreciate what they do and how they treat their customers. So definitely check them out. I'll put a link in the description box below for you guys to check out this particular harness that you can purchase.
Bye.